Chalo, let's start with the next chapter, pricing decisions. Okay. Now from importance perspective, sir, is it important or is it not important? I'll say it's a kind of average chapter. Okay. So what do you mean by that, sir? Means there is one attempt where 35 marks came from this chapter. There is one attempt where 0 marks have come from this chapter. Are you able to understand? So that is the reason I've told you right from day one that do not believe in the kind of proportion of marks that has been given by your ICA. So it's not following the same. So if you believe that and go with the same logic, kaboom, what will happen? Dumpchick. Both. Okay. So therefore, let's not stick to that. So we'll consider that this as an average chapter. So on an average, we can expect some 8 to 10 questions, 8 to 10 marks, average. So it can be 20 or it can be what? 0. Are you able to understand? Are you Okay, right. So fatafat, let's move on. Ready? Yeah? Okay, moving on with this, you have what are all the topics that we are going to cover. So let's have a look into the bird's eye view. So we have theory of price, profit maximization model, which is very important. We have pricing under different market structures, pricing policy, different principles of product pricing, how sensitive you are with respect to price customization, that is selling at different prices for different people, pricing adjustment policies, what are the different methods of pricing, very important. Then pricing in periods of recession, pricing below marginal cost, and strategic pricing of new products. Carry. So there are certain topics that is pretty important. For example, profit maximization model. But we will be seeing this in TP chapter. What is TP? Transfer pricing. So this is not the right time to learn this. Are you able to understand? Because this particular model can be learned only by looking at the numbers. Unfortunately, here all you will find in this chapter is only formulae. So with that formula, it's not going to work. Are you able to understand? So TP is the area where we can learn the concept of this particular model. What model here? Profit maximization model. Okay. So apart from that, what are the other important areas? Pricing methods and strategic pricing of new products. There's so many students in this chapter, especially they ask me only one doubt. They get confused. They get, sorry for that, confused between pricing methods as well as what? Strategic pricing of new products. You need to understand that when you're trying to launch a new product, what your pricing will be. When you're trying to enter into a new market, what your pricing will be. So new product is different, new market is different. Are you able to understand? Bol rahe? So you should not get confused. Anyways, so let's move on now. So what is a pricing decision? Obviously, it's one of the most important decisions. Why? Because it's gonna decide your survival of your company, correct? Because your entire profits depends upon your price. And if you price a particular product wrong, what will happen? If you price a particular product wrong, what will happen? See, when it comes to pricing, there are only two possibilities. Either you will overprice or you will underprice. So if you overprice, nobody will buy. If you underprice, everybody will buy, but you will not get any profits, correct? Are you able to understand? So it's a pretty simple logic, right? So based on that reason, because the very survival of your company depends upon this particular decision, therefore it's very important and crucial for the company. Simple logic. Kya re babu? Yes? Now, there are two ways of pricing decisions. What are they? You can be a price setter, you can be a price taker. Price setter means we will set the selling price. Okay, we will calculate our cost. We will see how much is the profit margin that we need based on our own overall cost of capital, and then accordingly we'll try to fix the selling price. So we are a price setter. Price taker means we don't have any power whatsoever. We are bum chick. Kya re? We are ping pongs. So whatever the market says, we need to what? Accept. Yes, sir. That's it. You need to follow whatever the market says. Then you're a price taker. So market price is accepted. Now most of the markets right now are where manufacturers or price takers only. Okay. Now, how do you take a pricing decisions? First, you look into the overall objectives of the company. Are you able to understand? Then, based on that, you will fix your pricing policy, and based on that, you will take your pricing decision. Now, this generally will happen only when you are a price setter. When you are a price taker, where's the question of taking a decision? Because you just need to accept the selling price that has been fixed by the market. So that's very important. Now coming on to theory of price, this is a scrap, Nana. There is nothing you need to learn, because as you can see, TR is equal to MX. What is M? Quantity. What is X? Price. Total revenue is equal to quantity into price per unit, it seems. Don't we know that? We know that. There is nothing much over here. Carry. But look at this particular point. So this will be your fixed cost, okay? And this will be your BEP. Your cost line goes this way, correct? And your revenue line goes this way. So you know that this is your introduction phase, correct? Carry. This is your growth, this is your maturity, and then you can see what? Declining phase. So we have seen this from the perspective of BCG matrix also, correct? This is your question mark, and then we have stars, we have cash cows, and then we have the dogs. Okay, we know that as well. You got this? Are bol rahe? Next, profit maximization model, as I told you. See, okay, just remember the theory at least, but you will not understand the logic right now. We'll try to understand the logic from TP chapter. You understand the point? Transfer pricing chapter. If transfer pricing chapter is already done, then you already know what it is. If you have not read it, then it's okay, but we can learn. So the logic is very simple. Your profit will be maximum when your marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. That's the only thing that you have to remember. No need to buy out all these formulas and all. Without that, we'll be able to solve the sum. Are you able to understand? No, sir, if I want to buy heart means, then just remember. Okay, P is equal to A minus BQ, MR is equal to A minus 2BQ. Right now, it is not required. So right now, just one point you need to remember. Profit will be maximum when MR is equal to MC. There ends the matter. Profit will be maximum when MR is equal to MC. What is the logic behind that? That also we will learn. No need to buy heart even that also. But you need to remember that this is profit maximization model. There ends the matter. Carry. Keep this in mind. When the time comes, I'll tell you. Okay. Are bol yaar. Okay, let's right away go to pricing under different market structures. Okay, this everybody knows. 4 market structures. What are they? Perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, as well as what? Oligopoly. Kya I hope all of you are aware of this, correct? Yes or no? Alright, now let's have a look into this. So first we'll start with perfect competition. Look at the points, and I have simplified this a lot. So if you just read this much and if you remember this much, it's more than enough. No need to do anything else. Are you able to understand? Everything that is there from your study material, I've simplified it. Kya Okay, just remember. Tell me, Nana, perfect competition means, is it theoretical or practical? Theoretical, completely theoretical. In practical, you will not find something like this. Okay, so what are the features of it? First, you'll have large number of sellers. The products are exactly the same. We call it as homogeneous products. Exactly the same. See, always understand there are 2 words in English: similar, identical. Identical means exactly the same. Similar means more or less the same. But there will be a little bit of difference. You understand the point? Bol rahe. When I say homogeneous products, I'm talking about exactly the same products. Are you able to understand? Now the fun part is, it is not just the products who are same. The way it is getting manufactured is also what? Same. This is also very important. So nobody will have any sort of advantage. If the way you manufacture things are different, even though your output is same, you will have a cost advantage. Are you able to understand? Kya But because you guys are going with same manufacturing process, that advantage is also not there. Got it? Everybody knows everything about every company. So everybody has got perfect information about market and price. In reality, will that happen? No. Free entry and exit. There are no barriers whatsoever. You can easily enter, you can easily exit. That also will not happen in real life. Are you able to understand? Sellers or price takers means what? Whatever the market price that has been decided by the supply and demand forces, you just need to accept it. You don't have any independence whatsoever to decide what price you want to sell. And finally, you can apply profit maximization model here, where your profit will be maximum when MR is equal to MC. Simple. Got it? Now tell me the points once. What is the first point? Large number of sellers. Large number of buyers also will be there. Then homogeneous products means exactly the same. Even the process to manufacture is also what? Identical. Identical means exactly the same. Then everybody knows about everything about every company. So everybody has got information about all the market and place, everything. Free entry and free exit. Next. Sellers are price takers. Next. You can have maximum profit when MR is equal to MC. There it's a matter. Next. Coming on to monopoly. So monopoly means you already do have an idea. There is only one supplier, but he sells some thousands of units which are exactly same. Are you able to understand? That's why it is homogeneous, right? Understand that there is no close substitute, but there is substitute. There's a difference between not at all having a substitute. So monopoly does have a substitute, but it is not a closed substitute. That's the point. You'll have one seller and many buyers. And of course, he's a price setter because he's only one seller, right? Now, most important thing that you guys need to understand here is just because it's a monopoly, it doesn't mean that you can set whatever the price you want, even though you're a price setter. For example, you take AC train tickets, for example. Right now, AC train tickets is somewhere around 1500 or something like that. Now, you are a monopoly, correct? But that doesn't mean that you can make it 3000 or 4000. Then what people will do, there is no close substitute. There is no other train like private trains or something like that. But they'll go for bus or car or flights even for that matter. Are you able to understand? So just because it is monopoly, there also you don't have the freedom or flexibility to fix whatever the selling price that you want. Even though you're a price setter, that's one important point you need to understand. So see here, even in monopoly market, a firm cannot fix whatever the price it wants. If Indian Railways, although it's a monopoly, still if it keeps on increasing prices, then customers will shift to other means of transport. Say for example, a bus or an airplane. Got the point? So what are the features of monopoly? One supplier, many buyers, same products. There is no close substitute, but there is substitute. Please try to keep that in mind. And he's a price setter. Monopoly is the only area where seller is a price setter. Monopoly is the only area where seller is a price setter. Most of the other markets, he'll be price taker only. Got the point? Next. Monopolistic competition. What do you mean by that? What is the difference between monopoly and monopolistic? Monopoly means you are just one supplier. Monopolistic means you will have competitors as well. More or less, you will be selling a same product, but they are not identical. They are similar. Similar means there will be little bit of what? Difference. With that little bit of difference, you will create monopoly. That is the logic. Not absolute monopoly. Little bit of monopolistic advantage you will have. For example, your soaps. Pierce is there. Fiamma Devils is there. Pierce is also that glycerin soap, which is transparent. Fiamma Devils also has got similar glycerin soap, correct? But still people will buy Pierce only. Why? A little bit of that added monopolistic advantage. You understand the point? Colgate is a toothpaste. Pepsodent is also a toothpaste, correct? And we have this Dabur Red also. Okay. But still, each toothpaste has its own little bit of that, uniqueness. And because of that, they'll have the market. Yes or what? So that's the point. That is monopolistic competition. Large number of sellers, large number of buyers, similar but not identical. So they are not exactly the same, but they're more or less the same. You want to have maximum profit, apply profit maximization model. Example or soaps and toothpaste. Got it? Pretty simple to understand. Right, Nana? All of you? Right, fantastic. Now, let's move on to the next one, oligopoly. This is the most important one. Most of the market right now, what you see outside is nothing but oligopoly. Are you able to understand? What is oligopoly? Few firms. You can count them on fingers. That many sellers will be there. They will sell exactly the same products. But they'll have severe competition among themselves and they will be price takers in most of the cases. Are you able to understand? And while determining price, in case if they have the advantage of price setting also, they will not only consider the demand for their product, but also they'll consider the reactions of the other firms. So there are two areas where you will think about others more than yourself. One is in one is in oligopoly. The other one is sealed bid pricing. What is the other one? Sealed bid pricing. In both these cases, more than yourself, you will think about others. Are you able to understand? Oligopoly is one such area where mostly everybody will think about others. And there is a unique feature of this oligopoly also. Say for example, one particular seller increases the selling price. See, they are not absolutely price takers. They are price setters also. But again, it's not absolute independent price setters like the way we have seen in monopoly. If somebody increases the selling price, thinking that he's a price setter, none of the other firms will follow him. They will keep quiet. Because all these guys are selling identical products, they will get the share of that particular guy's, companies, the customers whose price has got what? Increased. But if a particular company reduces the selling price, then everybody will follow. Because nobody wants to lose their market, because if they know that everybody is giving the same product and therefore they will lose their market if one reduces the selling price. So this is one of the major features of oligopoly, right? If one increases the selling price, nobody else will follow. but if one decreases the selling price, everybody else will follow. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to tell you? Very, very, very important. If one increases the selling price, nobody will follow. But if one decreases the selling price, everybody will follow. That's one of the features of oligopoly. A best example we can give is our telecom sector. Telecom sector is a perfect example of what? Oligopoly. Telecom sector, automobile sector, most of the sectors that we see, everything is what? Oligopoly only. Are you able to understand? They can set their selling price. So they are not absolutely price takers, but still it will not be independent price setting. For example, I told you now automobile Java. Now Java, of course, they can set their selling price, but still they are under the control of the market only. Na? They take the selling price that has been fixed by the market by their nearest competitor, who is Royal Enfield, and that as a basis only they'll work out. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to do? So if they try to go for independent pricing, means eventually it will be a flop show. They can do that, but it will be a flop show. The best example I can give you is Honda. Premium bikes of Honda. Honda CB650R. It's a 650cc. I think somewhere around 65 Newton meters of torque or 80 bhp power is there. And he has priced it somewhere around 8,80,000 ex showroom. Okay, 8,80,000 ex showroom. At 8,80,000 you get street triple. Street triple R here, Saho bike, which is 120 PS. Where is 120 PS and where is 80 PS? 120 brake horsepower and 80 brake horsepower, and that to Triumph is a even more, I cannot say even more premium brand. In India, it's a premium brand because Triumph motorcycles start at 9 lakhs, right? In India. Whereas in foreign, okay, they have equal brand value. Okay, that's a different thing. But who will buy? Kyare? Are you able to understand what I'm trying to tell you? Which means now also I think they've launched 500X. Honda 500X they have launched. It's a kind of adventure bike. It's not an adventure bike, kind of adventure bike, but they have priced it very high. They're trying to import it directly from Japan and they've priced it very high. I don't know. They should have imported from Thailand. Prices would have been competitive. I think somewhere around 5.8 lakhs they've launched. Somewhere around close to 7 it will be on road, and that is not even worth more than 5 lakhs. Are you able to understand? So nobody is going to buy. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Kyare, Interceptor is there, na? It's available at 3 lakhs. Although we cannot compare, but if you compare power wise, it's less powerful than Interceptor, which is less than half the price. Could samjha what I'm trying to tell you? Although we cannot compare, but what I'm trying to tell you is that it's overpriced. That's what I'm trying to communicate. You got the point? So in oligopoly, yes, you can be a price setter. Yes, you have the advantage. Yes, you can do all these things, but that doesn't mean that you can price things wrong. Then you will be doomed. Your product will be gone. Are you able to understand? Next. Another important thing of oligopoly is that because everybody comes out with same products, exactly the same products, and they really fight with each other with prices, ultimately everybody will suffer when it goes for a price war. That's one of the major disadvantages of a price war. The best example is our telecom sector. Even today, our telecom sector is not running in profits. None of the telecom sectors. Because they went for a price war. Are you able to understand? Reason is Geo only. None of them are running in profits. So now you don't get surprised even if they increase their tariffs further. Or they have to look out for alternative sources where through data they have to get some money. Otherwise they'll not be able to survive. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to tell you? Kyare. So therefore, what some of the oligopolies have decided is that, so they know that if I go for price war, every one of us will get destroyed. So they went for alternative strategy. What is the alternative strategy? Let's not fight on the basis of price. Let's fight on the basis of something else other than price. For example, quality. Here you can see non-price strategies. Improving quality, after-sales service, advertising, sponsorship, loyalty schemes. They will fight on this basis. Are bol yaar. Are you able to understand? So that we will not get destroyed. At the same time, we'll have that uniqueness and let's fight on this basis. That sort of thing is also there. Apart from that, there are some pricing strategies exclusively for oligopoly. What is that, sir? Predatory pricing. What is this predatory pricing? To be very honest, what Jio has done is predatory pricing. Okay. If you price your product in such a way that your intention is to kill the competition, then that is predatory pricing, which is not good actually. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to tell you? Kyare, if you price your product in such a way that your intention is to kill the competition, then we call it as what? Predatory pricing. So is it encouraged? Obviously not. Limit pricing strategy, we can also call it as entry forestalling price. So what do you mean by this? You try to sell your product at a particular price. Okay, you're getting good profits, good profit per unit also. And looking at that, competitors are getting attracted to your industry where you are selling, and they're trying to enter. You don't want them to enter, because if they enter, what's going to happen? Your profits will get what? Reduced. So you want to forestall them. Are you able to understand? Then you will go for something called limit pricing strategy, where you will reduce your selling price wantedly with an intention to what? Stop the competitors from entering, making the market look for them unattractive. कुछ समझा? That we call it as what? Entry forestalling price, or we can also call it as limit pricing strategy. Are you able to get me? बोल रहे हैं. And of course, next you have cost plus pricing. Nothing much to discuss over there. Got this? All of you? Chalo, let's move on. Next one is pricing policy. Pricing policy means how the pricing policy should be. It's just a simple rules and regulations of how a pricing policy should be. What is that? It should provide an incentive for adopting improved technology and maximizing what? Production. Means if you want to improvise your technology and you want to go for something more, then your pricing policy should be encouraging that. This is one of the major reasons for Harley Davidson and its flop show. Are you able to understand? Because in Harley Davidson, whatever the pricing policy they had, it was never in such a way that it used to give incentive for adopting what? Improved technology. Everything matters, Nana. See, for example, if there is a small department and you are trying to measure the performance of the department on the basis of ROI, for example, and he knows that his equipment right now is outdated and he has to go for new equipment. But if he goes for new equipment, what will happen? Investment gets increased. So the numerator remaining the same, the percentage will get what? Reduced, and thereby his performance evaluation gets reduced, and thereby he might not get bonus. So he will stop going for that particular decision, which will be hurting the company in the long run. Correct? Same logic applies here also. So your pricing policy should be in such a way that it should encourage people to go for what? New technologies, and are you able to understand? And that will help your company in the long run. See, although if you ask me, sir, if that's the case, why did you go for Harley? Okay, there are so many reasons for me. Already I have a performance bike. Interceptor is there with me. Okay, it's good. To be very honest, I wanted to go for Street Triple R. Okay, before Saho movie, I was fan of that bike since 8 years. Since 14 years. 14 good. Since 18 years. Hey, when Mission Impossible 2 got released, see? Mission Impossible 2. What is the year? Put it in Google here. I did not watch that in the year it got released here. Mokko fellow. I was not born also. Which year, Nana? Mission Impossible 2. How much time it will take here? 2000. Mokko. 20 years somewhere around. Yeah, exactly. That's why I came around 18. That's correct only. 30 years means I said. Okay. Kya It is not one, Nana, it is two. In two only he has used that bike. Okay, Tom Cruise. Last chasing scene, which was copied in Doom 3, na. Doom 2. Doom 2, the climax is there, na. It's copied from MI2 only, Mission Impossible. In that he would have used Street Triple. From that time, we are a fan. Harley Davidson, we are a fan from Terminator. We know. Terminator 2. Kya Arnold Schwarzenegger going with that. So I actually wanted to go for Street Triple, but then I had a plan, but he said that I need to wait for 4 months. I said get lost. I can't wait for 4 months. Kya sometimes if you want to get a bike, you want to get it. That's it. Okay. 4 months means he's saying, sir, Corona, sir, because of that all the supply chain got disturbed. So therefore it's gonna take 3 or 4 months. I said it's not possible for me. And then I thought like. See, even if you buy Street Triple also, it's a kind of track mission. What we'll do in our roads, there are two types of bikes, Nana. One kind of bikes where the performance will be higher the average. Lower the average, you will not have performance. Street Triple, BMW S1000RR, all these race bikes and all. There are other bikes where initially performance will be very good. Higher the average, no. It will go out of gas. Harley Davidson, any two-cylinder engines like Bonneville T20, like this, there are so many bikes. So I went for this. You can really enjoy, na? When you give the throttle, you should enjoy. Where we'll go beyond 150, we'll go on the road. 150 itself is very difficult in our roads. So practical, I thought, it's not possible, na? I saw what? And street triple also, it doesn't look that beefy and all that. Looks like a small bike only, you know. Because Prabhas has ridden is okay, we have that value. If Prabhas did not use that bike and if I take it on street, people will say, what is this? If I say that it is 11 lakhs, they'll say, Anna, don't joke, Anna, like that they will say. Then my reaction will be. So I thought about all these things. Then I thought that, okay, chalo, let's have an experience of Harley. Because anyway, Harley has stopped their production in India now. And so then what they are going to do is that now they are going to import the bikes completely. So therefore, every bike price will increase by at least 20 to 30%. So therefore, I thought that this is the right time. If at all I have to experience it, I took the call. Within 2 to 3 days, it's done. Discount. Okay, yeah, although it is not practical because in my apartments only three speed breakers, discount. It doesn't have any sort of ground clearance. 115 mm ground clearance. Very bad. Every time discount means I say like that, and then it goes. What is this? Then luckily there is an iron rod below, but still, you know. Now also I have bad news today also. It seems in my apartment 5 people got corona. It seems. Mokku fellows. I don't know what's gonna happen. After tomorrow, I need to go. Kya 5 people got it since. It's okay. That is also a nice experience. Let's see what happens if Corona comes. Mokur. This is what happens when you listen half and you don't listen the other half. What did I say? Because in my apartment, 5 people have got. If I go there, there's a chance of it coming to me. Then I was saying myself in a positive way. Okay, let it come. It will be an experience. You don't listen half. You only listen half. Half baked. Half baked. That's what. Dumb chick. Chalo. Very difficult. Chalo. Next step. Your pricing policy should be in such a way that it should avoid what? Adverse effects on the rest of the economy. Right? Carry. You cannot go for really aggressive pricing and you cannot disturb the others. Are you able to understand? That way also you should not have your policy. And it should also be in such a way that it should lead to optimal utilization of resources and promote exports. Now, this is important from case study perspective, Nana. If suppose there is a case study and he says that in this case study, because of the pricing policy of the company right now, they are facing a lot of issues. And then he asks you, now you as a cost accountant, please advise how a pricing policy should be. Then you should write these 3 points. First point should be, it should be in such a way that it should encourage what? New technology. Keep that in mind. Second, it should not disturb the harmony in the industry. It should not be negative for the economy, right? Third, it should encourage full utilization of resources and promote exports. There ends the matter. Exports is very important, Anna, because always understand, more the exports, more will be the foreign currency. Greater the foreign currency, greater will be the perception of your country's health. Are you able to understand? Today, your country will be called wealthy if you have gold and if you have foreign reserves. As simple as that. Are you able to understand? Yeah, that's one thing. Okay, that's a rough idea what people are having, not the exact one. Let's move on to the next one. What is the next one we have? Okay, before we get to that, you people tell me. What are the 3 rules of the pricing policy? How it should be? It should incentivize for adopting what? New technologies, right? Second, avoid any sort of adverse effects on the economy and the industry's harmony and stuff like that. 3, complete utilization of resources, and it should promote exports. There ends the matter, right? Now, price customization. I hope this you guys are aware of it. Selling at a different price based on a different reason. For example, product lines. Different product lines, you'll sell at a different price. For example, phone with 16 GB at a different price, 32 GB at a different price. Correct? Customers' past behavior. You have something called customer profitability analysis. You have good payment record, will be giving you what? More discounts, therefore separate price. Correct? Everybody does that. Demographics, based on your age. Okay. Senior citizens means concession. Military personnel means concession. Aisa what? People like us means no concession wherever you go. For you, it is there, na. You got lot of concessions. Next, you have, for you it might not be there, Nana. Generally for them it will be there, right? Chalo. Next, time differential. Okay, time differential means your broadband connections and all that. Correct? Free installation for 6 months. Yes, or what? They'll say 3 months you take, then only first advertisement will be free installation, and then if you call and ask them, they'll say 6 months, 8 months. Kya 1 month means yes sir, 1500 installation fee. Aisa what? Then you'll say, then you'll do your cost calculation as if like that. And finally you'll say, okay, bhaiya, let's 3 months, let us take. Kya aisa what? We have seen all these things, right? Yeah. And finally, other legal factors. If at all any law states that, for example, these bread and all you'll buy, right? If it is locally manufactured, it will say on the back of it, you'll see the price in Guntur or in Andhra Pradesh, so and so price. Outside Andhra Pradesh, so and so price. Like that, it will be there. Kya that's because of legal factors and other stuff. Pondicherry, bikes will be very cheap. Here, it will be costly. Kya Delhi, it will be very cheap. Correct? Yeah, so many things. Because legal factors means it will cover everything that can be changed because of law. Yeah, got this? Okay, let's move on to the next one. Price sensitivity. This is important. Keep this in mind. What do you mean by this price sensitivity? Let's see. What is the first one we have? Unique value effect. So what do you mean by that? More will be your unique value of a particular product. Less will be your price sensitivity. Means what? If a product is really unique, you will be less sensitive towards the price fluctuations of that particular product. Even if the price increase also, you'll buy it because the uniqueness of the product is what? Very high. Kya logical only, na? You take iPhone for example, even if the price is increased, still people are buying. Why? Because they feel that the product is more unique. Yes, or what? So greater will be the uniqueness of the product, less will be the price sensitivity. You will not be sensitive towards the price increase of that unique product. Got it? Next, substitute awareness effect. More will be the awareness about the substitute, more will be the price sensitivity. Got the point? Which means a particular product is there. Okay? For that, a substitute is available. Let's talk about this coaching academy, Nana. This particular coaching academy is there. You are not aware of the substitute. In this entire region, then no matter what the price they increase, still you will come and join because you don't have an alternative, correct? So your price sensitivity will be less. But if you are aware of the substitute, that there is some other Y institute, then what you will do? Even if there is a small increase in price, immediately you will try to take your decision change, correct? Because you are aware of the substitute, which means now you are price sensitive. So more will be the substitute awareness, more will be the sensitiveness towards price. We will react more, even if there is a small price change. But less the substitute awareness, less will be the price sensitivity. Got it? Next. Difficult comparison effect. In fact, both of these are pretty much the same. Difficult comparison effect means what? You cannot compare it to another product, which means you cannot find the substitute. When you cannot find the substitute, price sensitivity will be less. If comparing one product with other product, it's very difficult for you. It means you cannot find a substitute. If you cannot find a substitute, then even if the price is increased, your sensitivity will be less. Right? But if it is easy to compare, then it means that you can find the substitute. If you can find the substitute, then the price sensitivity will be high. Correct? Next, total expenditure effect. What do you mean by this? Very simple. For example, we'll take our Babu. Babu, you will brush every day morning. You'll brush na? Doubtful, huh? Brush only? Right. Chalo. So, you're using a particular toothpaste. Your salary is 50,000, Babu. Okay? The feel is very good, na? 1 lakh, huh? So, how much you want? Minimum? I think you have seen some advertisement, Nana. Chalo. Tube lights. Chalo. Anyway. Now the point is, anyways, see here. Okay, Babu, you are getting 1 lakh. Okay? You are buying a toothpaste. 100 rupees. Suddenly the price has got increased by 100%. It became 200. Babu, will you still buy? You'll buy. Don't say that I'll stop brushing from today. Don't say that. You will buy eventually. Correct? क्या रे? Why? Because out of your 1 lakh salary, बाबू, कहाँ जाता है 200? पानी में अंदर जाता है. क्या रे? चिपक जाता है. वो अंदर जाता है. Correct? It goes somewhere. You don't even count that. Correct? Because your total expenditure is very low. Correct? Let's take another example. Pulsar 150cc bike you wanted to buy. Okay? It got increased by 100%. It used to be 90,000. Now it is 1,80,000. Now what you will do? Exactly. You will change your decision. Correct? So which means the logic is when your expenditure about a particular product is very low when compared to your total cost, your price sensitivity will be very less with respect to your earnings. If your expenditure is very high, then your price sensitivity will be very high. So it's proportionate. Total expenditure is more, price sensitivity is also more. Are you able to understand? Next, sunk investment effect. What do you mean by this? Sunk investment. We'll take an example. Gundu. It's okay, Gundu. Okay, you are the brand ambassador, torch bearer of this class. Okay. What's the name of our Gundu? Anil. Anil, that's it. Anil Kumble. Okay. Anil is there. Okay. Anil has bought, Anil likes BMW cars. So he has, you like BMW, Nana? Wait, Tufli fellow, I know that you know about BMW. Tell sir, Andy. I know that you know about BMW. Which one you like the most? So you don't want BMW then? Alright. We'll take another example. You tell Nana. That's the way you need to get back control. That's what I'm saying. Right? Mokku fellow. When I'm saying that, sir, it's okay, sir, for me, it seems. I'm giving you BMW and then it's okay, sir. that's Chalo. Anyways, so it's okay. పెళ్లి చేసుకుంటాడే ఏంటి బిఎండబ్ల్యూని సిట్ పట్టడానికి చలో there are people like that also. There's one guy, I don't want to name him, he's a motor vlogger. He purchased this Saho bike on Street Triple. You know how did he purchase? There's a video also on that in YouTube. He married the bike actually. I'm not joking. He was, it's like not real marriage, but his love was so much that, why are these guys laughing? I don't know. His love for bike was so high that he went for that way. He expressed his love that way. But maybe you will also express love in a different way. We don't know. If he does that, who will face the problem? Exactly. What kind of love you will burn here? Chalo, anyway, now see here. You have bought BMW. 30 lakhs. Okay, 30 lakhs, where it comes? 45 to 50 lakhs. Fine, you are very happy. Then you are driving it, like that. Okay, suddenly clutch plate gone. For the kind of ride that you are doing. Then you went to the showroom. You said, Bhaiya, my clutch plate is gone. Please give me new clutch plate. He said, 5 lakhs. Understand the example here. It will not be 5 lakhs. Somewhere around 50,000 to 1 lakh it will be. Very costly when compared to other cars. He said 5 lakhs. What will be your situation? Even though it's very pricey. A Harley Davidson, I'm going to face the same problem. Nut, it seems 1,000 rupees, it seems. I'm not joking. Real only. Right? I have got an accessory which is a big tank. The real tank is 7.9 liters. I got a big tank. The tank is 1.5 lakhs. And a seat is 50,000. We can't do anything. It's not like that. It's overpriced actually. Very honest. So the point is, same concept. Now you see, okay, take my situation itself. Tomorrow I go, some sort of small screw or nut has gone. He says that, sir, it is 5,000 rupees, or a seat is there. I want to have a double seat, say for example. That bike comes with a single seat, okay? And he says 50,000. Real price itself is 50,000 only. My expression will be, I can get another bike for that. Then you have to pay. Why? Because there is sunk investment. I've already paid 14 lakhs. So when there is sunk investment, your price sensitivity will be what? Less, because you don't have a choice. Your price sensitivity will be what? Less, because you don't have a choice. Purinjo. Bol rahe. Next, price quality effect. Obviously, when the quality perception is very high, price sensitivity will be less. Correct? When quality perception is very high, price sensitivity will be very less. That is one of the things that you can apply for Honda also, because the quality perception of Honda is very high. So that even if Honda is costlier when compared to the other bikes in the similar category, still people will buy. That doesn't mean that overpriced. Are you able to understand? Next, inventory effect. If there is a possibility of having a particular product as an inventory, okay, are you able to understand? Your price sensitivity will be very high. What do you mean by that? You take KFC for example. Okay, although I don't eat it, I don't recommend you also. But let's say our Sirisha is KFC fan. Hey, I'm telling example, you accept, that's it. Okay, vegetarian. It seems whatever that runs, she will eat. Okay. Chalo. Anyway, now the point is, hey, I forgot the example. KFC. Listen. Now coming on to KFC, you like the chicken. Okay. Just because you like the chicken, you cannot get some 100 leg pieces and store in your house, correct? Is there an inventory possibility for KFC? No. So tomorrow, suddenly the leg pieces price has been doubled. Then also, if you want to really have the craving and you want to eat it, you have to what? Buy. Which means if you can't keep it as an inventory, then the price sensitivity will be low. Because you don't have a choice but to buy it to experience it, correct? Let's take gold for example. Can you keep it as an inventory? Yes. So which means if the price is very high, you'll stop buying. If the price is very low, you will buy and you'll keep it in your house, because you can store it as a stock. You can keep it as an inventory. So when there is a possibility of having something as an inventory, your price sensitivity will be very high. If you don't have a possibility of storing something as an inventory, then your price sensitivity will be very low, because you don't have a choice but to buy and experience the same. You understand the point? Bol re, all of you. All right. Purinjo. Moving on to the next one. What is the next one we have? Pricing methods. We have three types of pricing methods. Cost based, it's nothing, Nana. You know, you'll just find out your total cost. You'll add the profit margin, or sometimes variable cost plus profit margin. There ends the matter. These two are important. Competition based and value based. In that, value based is more important. Okay. Kya? Now coming on to competition based, what do we have? Going rate pricing as well as what? Sealed bid pricing. Competition based. Value based, true economic value, as well as what, Nana? Perceived value. So this is important concept. Okay, you need to remember. So totally there are three pricing methods. What are they? Competition based, cost based, value based. Competition based we have two. What are they? Going rate pricing, sealed bid pricing. Value based we have two. What are they? True economic value and exactly perceived value. You understand the point? All of you? Hello? All right, fantastic. Now, what is this going rate pricing? Let's try to understand that first. Now see here. Ready? Understand one thing, Nana. See, there are few situations where specifically you will go for what? Going rate pricing. What are those situations? Let's try to understand. First one is the way you are manufacturing your product. The way you are manufacturing your product is so complicated that you are not able to identify the total cost of it with certainty. It happens. In real life, it happens. Okay, the way you are manufacturing is so complicated that you are not able to find out your total cost. In that case, what you will do is that you'll set your selling price based on what? Average selling price that has been charged by the industry. For example, there are 4 other companies in the same industry who is doing the same business like you. And their average selling price you will take. Like for example, 30, 28, 29, 27, something like that. You take the average of it and that will be your selling price. If you do business that way, where your selling price is equal to the average of the selling prices that is being charged by your competitors. We call it as what, Nana? Going rate pricing. Purinjo? Yes. All of you? Yes. Fantastic. Now, ready? Now listen carefully. Will there be a situation like that, sir? Yes. Another good thing about going rate pricing is because you are fixing your selling price, which is equal to average of the selling price that is being charged by the competitors, you don't disrupt the harmony of the industry. Industry will be cool. Are you able to understand? They'll be very happy. Yes, what? You don't do some sort of hangama in the market. Are you able to understand? Yes. Chala, fantastic. Now see, selling price is equal to average level charged by the industry. Where it is difficult to measure cost, you'll go for what? This sort of selling price. It will be least disruptive for the harmony of the industry, which is a very good thing. And also you will do this under highly competitive conditions. And also you will do this when your product is exactly the same to your competitor. Otherwise, how can you take selling price based on his selling price? Unless your products are exactly the same. Kya? In this kind of situation, is there a pricing decision to make for a company? No. Kya? You're not taking any pricing decision, Anana, because you're just saying that your selling price is equal to average selling price that is being charged by the competition. There ends the matter. Kya? So the major challenge is not to control the price anyway. It is not under your control. The major challenge is to control your cost, which is under your control. So this happens in pure oligopoly. You understand the point? Kya? The telecom industry, for example, yeah, this is how it happens. If the cost is very complicated for them to calculate, they'll just take the average selling price of what everybody else is doing. Kya? Got it? Next. Sealed bid pricing. I hope you guys are aware of this. You put quotations in your firm. That is nothing but sealed bid pricing. So what you do, you try to imagine what will be the quotation from your competitor. Based on that, you will try to put the quotation besides thinking about your cost also, correct? Because your ultimate intention is to grab the project. For example, if it is a concurrent audit, you want to get the concurrent audit. That's your ultimate intention. Here also you are thinking more about your competitor only, just like in oligopoly. More than about yourself. But at the same time, just because you're thinking about your competitor and your intention is to get the contract somehow, doesn't mean that you will price your product less than your total cost. Bol rahe? Now see here. Firms compete on the basis of bids, correct? This is very important. Most of the time, sealed bid pricing happens in case of original equipment manufacturer. I already told you what do you mean by original equipment manufacturer. Who is original equipment manufacturer? The big machines that is inside the companies. So nobody will sell those machines, na? Those big machines which you see in advertisements and in movies and all, where inside the factory the manufacturing process will happen. The big machines. Somebody will keep selling them. No. So these are referred as original equipments, where you need to invite bids for them. So company will say that I need something like this. I need this entire process to be replaced by the machine. Then those guys will come. They will study. Then they will give what? Bids. We can do this at a so and so price, 500 crores or 300 crores or something like that. Then they will invite other people also. They will come to the place. They will build it like a house. So we call them as what? Original equipment manufacturer. For choosing them, sealed bid pricing will be used. Purinjo. So pricing will be based on how the competitors will price rather than the own cost or demand. That doesn't mean that you will price it less than your cost. You understand the point? Because the objective is to get the contract. But you cannot quote the price below marginal cost. In fact, most of the times it will not go below total cost also. Sometimes you will compromise on fixed cost and you will try to keep it on par with marginal cost. Are you able to understand? Fantastic. Now this is very important. Now see here. What is this? Objective value or true economic value. So what is this? Let's try to understand. Now see here. I'll take an example. Okay, we'll take this balcony. Nana, what's your name, Nana? Yeah. Okay. So we have Jahane over here. She's a product manager. Okay. Of TVS Jupiter. Okay. And let's presume that this is about to get launched. TVS Jupiter is about to get launched. Okay. This is the example which we are going to take. Now, before that, let's look at the concept. Now, if you see, true economic value is equal to cost of the next best alternative plus value of performance differential. If you read that, you are not going to understand anything whatsoever. You got it? Arey bol yaar. Let's try to understand that. Now see here. Now, if we gonna price TVS Jupiter based on value-based pricing, that too under value-based pricing, we're gonna use what? True economic value. Then how are we going to price it? That is the point. So what Jahanavi does is, she takes the nearest competitor. Who is the nearest competitor at that time? The king of the segment, Activa. Obviously, there is no doubt in that. Honda Activa. Correct? Then she starts comparing. Okay. Now, for everything, there will be a value. So let's put that. Now, for example, TVS Jupiter has got external fuel filling, correct? Which is very convenient. This doesn't have that. So because of that, let's say the value added is 2000. Are you able to understand? Okay, now I think in 6th generation, you have that in Honda Active also. Let's presume that it is not there. Kya next. Coming on to engine. Obviously, Honda is better. So it has an additional value of 1500, let's say. Because of TVS engine is also good. One step, Honda is always better. You understand the point? Kya next. Let's talk about suspension. This has got telescopic suspension. So because of that, it has got, let's say, 1000 as added value. This has got old suspension. Only in the current generation, I think they have changed. Are you able to understand? Prior to that, till 5G, it was having bump chick suspension only, front suspension. You cannot understand if I say technicalities, just understand that it is a bump chick suspension. There ends the matter. Next. Premium feel. For example, if you look at the premium feel also, TVS generally it will be a lot better in the sense if you sit inside, you see the interior finish also. It will be body colored sometimes, especially in we can see that fit and finish in this one. What is that? Bantipu, Vespa, yeah, yellow Vespa. You can see that fit and finish. You see yellow Vespa, there will be no cost cutting whatsoever. If you see all this, okay, Jupiter will be better finished inside at least. But if you see Honda Activa, Yamaha Fasino and all, if you see interior, it will be that bad plastic will be there completely. When you hold it, the entire interiors will be bad plastic. Have you seen that? It's a cost cutting only, na. But you see Vespa, there will be no cost cutting. Even the bumpers also will be in the color of the bike only. And of course, it is based on monocoque chassis, which is better when compared to the chassis of Activa and all that. Anyways, keeping all those things aside, a little bit of premium feel. So let's say I'll give 500 value to what? Jupiter. Then tires, 12-inch tires will come. Here only 10-inch tires. So let's say I'll give another 600 value. For whom? Jupiter. Oh yeah, because it gives better ground clearance, better, long-term stability and stuff like that. Hello? Everything put together. Now let's calculate the value. What is the value over here? 2003, 4100. Here, Nana? 1500. That's it. Here there is no 10. Who is that great? Was answer 1510. Huh? Okay, it's okay. It happens. Right? Okay. Now tell me, what is the difference in this? What is the difference in this? 2600. Jupiter is more valuable. So this is nothing but we call value of performance differential. Okay. Now see here. So now true economic value of Jupiter is equal to cost of next best alternative. What is that? Honda. So Honda's cost is, say, for example, 60,000 plus value of performance differential 2600. So you can price the product at how much? 62,600. That is the logic. Arey bol yaar. But the problem with this approach is that it considers the true value of a particular product. Irrespective of, it considers the true value of a particular product, irrespective of whether the customers can recognize the value or not. That's the fun part. Are you able to understand? So which means, according to me, this is the value of the bike. Me is the manufacturer. Whether you can recognize or not, I'm not at all taking that into consideration. Purinjo. So when I bought Mojo, this is the situation, because as per, it's okay. Okay. Okay, now see it. In case of Mojo, that is a problem. The problem is Mahindra always prices its products based on true economic value only. That's why always it feels that its products are priced a little bit more. Okay, they go with TV only most of the times. So according to them, it has got really good value. But because the brand value is not that good, especially when it comes to two-wheelers, people did not feel that it has got that much worth of money. Or able to understand this is one of the greatest risk of TV. As long as your brand value is very strong, TV really works well if you price your product based on TV. But if your brand value is weak, TV will be your villain. Are you able to understand? बोल रहे हैं? पुरिंजो. Because if your brand value is really good, then the perceived value of the customer will be greater than your true economic value. So always you will underprice your product and your customer will be happy, he'll buy the product. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to tell you? But if your brand value is really pathetic, then your perceived value of the customer will be less than the true economic value. So always your product will seem overpriced and therefore people won't buy it. Are you able to understand? Are bolo yaar. Got this? Right, so let's look at the concept. It is a measure of benefits that a product is intended to deliver relative to other products. Okay, what Jupiter is intended to deliver relative to Honda Activa without giving any regard whether the customer can recognize these benefits or not. Very important. I'm not worried about whether customer can recognize that or not. I know that this is the value. I'll go on that particular gut feeling. You understand the point? Kya re? Cost of next best alternative plus value of performance differential is nothing but TEV. Cost of next best alternative is nothing but cost of comparable product offered by some other company. Got the point? Hello? Yes. So a product of one firm may be superior to the next best alternative in some areas and may be inferior in other areas. That's what we have seen it in the form of an example. Correct? Yes? Alright. You have a small example over here. A customer wants to buy a system for a single year, after which it will be scrapped, with plans to use it for how many hours? 2500 hours. Now, if you can see, the operating cost per hour is 5 rupees for system X. For system X square, it is 7.5. Probability of system crash, 10% for system X, 0.5% only for system X square. Price for system X is 37,500. What is the price for system X square? You need to find it based on what? TEV. If the cost of system crash to the buyer is how much? 1 lakh. Carry. Now you see it's very simple. I need to find out the price of system X square. Let's start with the first cost, operating cost per hour. 5 into 5, 2500. Here it will be 7.5 into 2500. Correct? Ultimately 2.5 into 2500 is the incremental cost for system X square. So 2.5 into 2500 is how much? 6250 negative for system X square pricing. 6250 is negative for system X square pricing. Are bol yaar. And then if you look at this one, the probability is 10% here, the probability is 0.5% here. There is a difference of 9.5% into 1 lakh will give you how much? 9500, which is a positive for system X square because the probability of crash for system X square is very less. Correct? Care. So you have positive, you have negative. That is sorry, Hannah. The difference between these two. Tell me how much? 3250. 3250 is the value of performance differential plus cost of next best alternative. You got your TEV, which is how much? 40,750. Are you able to understand? Bol rahe? Very simple, very easy. That's your TEV. What about perceived value? Perceived value is the value that customer is willing to pay. Are you able to understand? This is the value that customer understands that a product delivers. Are you able to understand? So always what happens? It is the price that customer is willing to spend, which means if your brand value is very high, he is always willing to pay more than the TEV. If your brand value is so bad, he is always willing to pay less than the TEV. That's why brand value matters. That is the reason always people run behind what? Brands. वो भागता है brands के पीछे. Corporate लोग. Thumbs Up, Pepsi and all. Don't you know about Thumbs Up? Don't you know about Pepsi? Don't you know about Coke? But still they keep on what? Doing ads. They spend billions of money on that. Why? Simple logic, Nana. You take our Gundu also, Lalita Jewelry. You see the image, see simple logic, whether you make fun of him or what, secondary. When you thought to buy jewels, now he comes to your mind, correct? That's it. That's his target. Whether you mock him or you make fun of him is secondary. His target is you should talk about him. So because of the, see, the comedy is there in the ad, but when you know that the price is really competitive over there, won't you go? If that advertisement is not there, first of all, you don't know who he is. So you will not even consider him. So you will go for Jaya Lucas or stuff like that. Yes, what? Purinjo. Earlier, Kalyan Jewelers also used to do like that. Now I don't know what happened. They've become what? At that time, you know, highlight advertisements. Kalyan Jewelers, yeah. Yeah. My gold, my right, all these things. Chalo, anyway, let's move on to the next one. Okay, now see, Anna. Okay, we have seen the pricing based on what? Value also. One is TEV, the other one is what? Perceived value. Oto chal gaya. Right, next one. Pricing in periods of recession. Okay, you know what is recession, right? Bol rahe. We have seen it and probably we are going to see another. We don't know. Okay. What Mitch? Now see here. Where you will price your product less than what? Total cost, but still it will be greater than marginal cost. That too for limited period. This is very important. All the points are important. During the periods of recession, purchasing power of people gets reduced. So if you want them to buy your product, you have to eventually reduce your selling price. That doesn't mean that you will reduce it too much. You will still keep it more than your marginal cost, because if it is less than marginal cost, you are doomed. Marginal cost is minimum cost recovery that should happen if you want your company to survive even for a shorter duration. Are you able to understand? There are few points you need to remember here. Yes, in periods of recession, I am going to reduce my selling price with the hope that tomorrow things will get better and I'll be able to get back to my original selling price. That's the anticipation. That doesn't mean that you'll keep on selling it at the low price only. Are you able to understand? At the same time, during the periods of recession, thinking that you want to sell, you want to reduce the price of your product so that people will buy, so that at least you'll be able to recover your cost. Don't try to sell it at too much of a lower of a price. Then they will feel that till now you were trying to loot them. Customers will feel that way. I'm not joking. They don't understand that, okay, fine, now you're losing all your profits, you're just trying to recover your cost. They'll not think that way. They'll think that these many years, you were trying to what? Exactly. Are you able to understand? Right, see here. Why should we price this way? If somebody has asked you, chalo bhai TK, I can understand. Recession has come and you want to reduce your selling price, correct? And you want to keep your selling price less than what? Total cost, greater than marginal cost, chalta hai. Why? First reason. First of all, I don't want my machines to get deteriorated because of non-usage. If that kind of machine I have. So I want my machines to run completely. Otherwise, I'll lose hundreds of crores. Are you able to understand? Otherwise, I will lose hundreds of crores. Two, I don't want my skilled employees to leave me and go away. Because if I don't run my factory, if I don't reduce my price, then I can't run my factory. If I can't run my factory, I need to ask them to get out. Tomorrow, it's very difficult for me to recruit them. 3, you will lose your goodwill. 4, you will lose your market share. Once it goes to your competitor, tomorrow you cannot get it back. 5, once the things gets better, then I'll be able to what? Recover. That's a different thing. Are bol yaar. See here. So firm can continue to produce. Firm can make use of services of skilled employees who are very well trained, because it would be very difficult to recruit them later if you discharge them. If you don't reduce your selling price, there will be no sales, then there will be no operations in your factory, then you will not be able to pay them salaries. You will be asking them to what? Leave. Then you can't get them back tomorrow. Yes. Plant and machinery can be prevented from deterioration due to what? Idleness. Yes or what? You can prevent them. Firm would be ready to take advantage of the improved business conditions later, that we know. Care should also be taken that this should not lead to a drastic price cut, because people will feel that you have been looting them so far. Are you able to understand? This is also very dangerous, very dangerous. Okay. But at the same time, you should know that you will never price it below what? Marginal cost, even during the periods of recession, because you will not survive otherwise as a company. That's the basic point. But still, there will be certain circumstances where you will try to sell your product less than marginal cost. What kind of situations are they? One, you want to advertise your product. You want to give it as a sample. You will price it very less than marginal cost also. Two, you have a perishable good. Whatever the price it comes, you want to sell it. Otherwise, that also will not come. Even though it is less than your marginal cost. Are you able to understand? If the good is perishable, you have too much of stock with you. Carrying cost is very high. So that it's better for me to what? Sell it at less than marginal cost so that I'll save the carrying cost. In that case also, you'll price it less than marginal cost. Exceptional circumstances. Arey bol re. See here. Price can be less than marginal cost for a limited period. Why? Why this way? Once your materials are perishable nature, then you will do that. Kyare, stocks are very huge and market prices follow. Kyare, stocks are very huge and market price has fallen. So instead of incurring carrying cost, it's better to what? Sell it at a price which is less than the marginal cost. Next, to popularize a new product. I told you, na, like samples and stuff like that. It may help you to boost the sales margin. I mean, sales of the other products which has got a higher profit margin. Any examples you can give for that? Yeah. Geophones. You can talk about pens also here. When compared to pens in refills, they'll get more margin. Nowadays, people aren't buying refills. Those days are gone, huh? మీరైతే ఉన్నోళ్ళు మా You guys are not buying refills, na? So I said you guys are rich people. I don't have that also. Next. The Gillette Max 3 Turbo. Shaving thing there. Mokko fellows. Don't give me such kind of expression. So when you use that, you see that price will be relatively less when compared to the replacements. What do you call them technical? I don't remember the name. Blades. Let's call them blades. You see the price of the blade. 3 cartridges. Yeah, thank you, Nana. Cartridges price will be around 700. 3 cartridges. You check the price once. But if you see the entire blade with all those things, it will be around 200 or something. Bol re, they will do wantedly like that. Are you able to understand? Then you might think, then I will buy this one again and again. You know. So sometimes you want to boost, but they want to give you that experience, and after some time they'll increase the price. That's a different ball game altogether. But sometimes you see also the quality of the blades that you buy will be very high sometimes when compared to this one. There are so many reasons for that. Anyway, keeping all those things aside, this one you need to understand. It may help to boost the sales of what? Other products having larger margin. Carry. You got this? Next. This already we've seen. Okay. So now we'll try to understand the strategic pricing of what? New products. All of you? Okay. I'll give you a 5 minutes break now. Okay. Meanwhile, you just revise what we have done so far. Otherwise, you'll forget. After that, another 15 to 20 minutes, we'll finish off this chapter. Okay. Carry. Right. Revise it fast. Okay. हम continue करेंगे. Okay, let's come to the next one. So what is the next one we have? Strategic pricing of new products. Next time I give you a time to revise, I'll definitely ask you a question. 2 people, one from this side, one from that side. Okay, 2 I'll ask from this side. After that, 2 I'll ask from this side. Okay. If any of you doesn't answer, then I'll ask everybody in the class. Got it? Okay, you choose that person. Person also will be at your choice only. I'll ask that person only. Okay? Ready? Chala. Now, understand that this is strategic pricing of new products. We are not trying to enter into new market. We are not at all, first of all, trying to enter into market. We are not thinking from that perspective. We are thinking from what perspective? My product is new. How am I going to price it? It depends upon how did I manufacture that product and what is that product. It depends upon that. So there are three types of products: revolutionary, evolutionary, as well as me too. So revolutionary means, as you know, it is absolutely new for the market. It has got its potential to create own value. It will definitely be priced based on what? Premium pricing, because that's the reward that you're going to give for its innovation and taking the risk. Best example is when the first time iPhone has come. Okay, it was a revolutionary product. The apps and stuff like that, everything put together, correct? Therefore, does iPhone enjoy premium pricing? Absolutely yes, right from the beginning. Kya re? Are you able to understand? It will create its own market. It has the ability to disturb the market as well. Did it do that when it got released? Yes. So it's a revolutionary product. Got the point? Kya re? Evolutionary means it is the upgraded version of the revolutionary product, which will come as a competition for revolutionary product itself. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? The best example I can give you is OnePlus phones, for example. Kya re? Samsung, yeah, we can say. So what these guys, or Android we can say for that matter. So what they have done is that they came after iOS only, right? So they tried to be more flexible. They tried to provide more features. Aisa what? When compared to what iOS was doing, correct? So it's an evolutionary product, but because it's not revolutionary, it cannot enjoy the premium pricing that revolutionary product was enjoying. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to tell you? Then how the pricing will be? It will be based on competition. Competitive based pricing will be the pricing for evolutionary product. Are you able to understand? But of course, it is better than revolutionary product, but still it cannot enjoy the premium pricing that the revolutionary product enjoys because it is not the first one. It is not the first mover. Arey bol here. And finally, we have Me Too. Who is Me Too? Once everybody has entered into the market, same product with nothing new will also come into the market. Okay. Best example I can give you with respect to cars is Ford Figo Aspire. You know this car? Ford Figo Aspire. It's a sub 4-meter sedan. Everybody has entered into that market by that time. Desire is there. Hyundai Accent is there. Okay. Arey bol yaar. That Honda, what is it? What is the car name? Honda. Amaze. Yeah. Honda Amaze is there. All these are sub 4-meter sedans. Everybody is there in the market. At last, this fella has come. He has not come with anything special. So it's a Me Too product. So obviously, its pricing will be based on the market price. You just need to accept the price that has been fixed by the market. Kya re? So it is very similar to what? Revolutionary, evolutionary product. Nothing new. Therefore, you cannot enjoy any sort of premium pricing. Kya re? Whatever the price that is being fixed by the market, you need to accept it. You understand the point? Last batch, when I was explaining this, one fellow told me, when I was asking for examples for Me Too, can you give me any examples for Me Too? He was saying Patanjali products, it seems. I said, Patanjali product can never be what? A Me Too. Why? Because it has got two advantages. People buy Patanjali products because it is cheap. People buy Patanjali products because it is different. So that advantage only Patanjali enjoys. No other brand enjoys the same advantage. Are you able to understand? So it has got differentiation advantage as well as cost leadership advantage. Nobody enjoys that. So Patanjali is not a Me Too product. It's me alone. Okay. Exactly. It's a me alone product. He has got that unique advantage. Nobody else has got that. That's the reason he's thriving really well. Are you able to understand? Kya? Right. Next. While preparing to enter a new market, then you have two choices. One is skimming pricing strategy. The other one is what? Penetration pricing. So this difference you guys need to understand. Earlier we were talking about new products. Now we are talking about entering into a new market. So there's a lot of difference. You understand the point? Bol re. Okay, now try to understand when we should go for skimming, when we should go for penetration. Now there are few conditions for the same. This is very important when you are going for case studies and case scenarios of other chapters also. Other chapters also. Skimming pricing means these are all the conditions. Condition number 1. You should have invested a lot of money in R&D for that particular product. So you want to recover that money. Therefore, you will go for skimming. Why? Because in skimming, what happens? You will price your product very high initially. and slowly over a period of time during the life cycle of the product, you will try to reduce the price. Penetration, exactly opposite. Initially, your pricing of your product will be very less, and slowly once you get your market share, once you get the pie of your market share, then slowly you will try to increase the price of the product. Exactly opposite. So when should I go for skimming? Rule number 1. When you have invested a lot of your money on R&D. Rule number 2. Heavy advertising. Rule number 3. When you don't know how many units you are going to sell. When you cannot predict how many units you are going to sell in the market, it's a safe bet to go for skimming, because anyway you'll go with higher price initially and you'll try to recover as much as possible. Condition number 4. When you know that your customers are price insensitive. When you know that your initial customers are price insensitive. Are you able to understand? What do you mean by that? Exactly. Then you will go for skimming. And your product and the way you are manufacturing your product does not have the advantage of economies of scale, which means there is no advantage of mass production. For that particular product, you will go for skimming. These are all the conditions. Are you able to understand? All right. And how this strategy works? Either you would have invested a lot of money into R&D, or you would have gone for a lot of advertisement, or you have a cream segment of customers who are price insensitive, so you go for skimming. You try to go for higher selling price during the introduction phase. Even in the growth phase also, you will maintain the high selling price. And then slowly, once your entire cream segment has been reached, then you will try to reduce your selling price, and then you will attract the mass market. You will attract the price sensitive segment and they will come and buy. The best example for skimming strategy is all flagship phones. All flagship phones, they exactly follow the same strategy. Flagship phones means what? iPhone 12 Pro, Samsung S series, Note series. I think Note series abhi to band ho gaya, right? There is no more Note series when it comes to Samsung. Now OnePlus is also a flagship only. 70,000, 75,000. Kya re? That value for money proposition is gone. Are you able to understand? Kya? Now you see the flagship phones, what happens? Lot of R&D is involved. Arey bol yaar. Lot of initial advertising is involved. The kind of audience who buy the flagship the moment they are released into the market are what? Cream audience only. Essa what, Nana? What? They are price insensitive. No matter the price, they'll go and buy because they want the product on that particular day. And after some particular point of time, they'll start reducing the product. Flagship phones, you can see price gets what? Reduced. Then the mass audience will buy. Price sensitive customers. People like me. What, Mitch? It's a fact. Okay? People like us. Okay? Got the point. Now, coming on to penetration pricing. What are the conditions? Okay, you know the strategy. Initially, you will price your product very low. Slowly, once you get your required market share, target market share, then you will increase the price. If your product does not need too much of R&D, you did not go for too much of advertising. Why to go for advertising when you can price your product less? That itself will act as what? Advertisement. And you know that the kind of customers that you have are price sensitive customers. Absolutely price conscious. Then you cannot go for skimming. Then nobody will buy your product, correct? Then you also know that there is very good advantage of mass production for your particular product. You know that if this product is manufactured on a large scale, lot of cost savings will be there. Huge cost savings will be there. We call it as economies of scale. That kind of a product, you will always go with penetration pricing strategy. You will not go for skimming. You understand the point? Chalo, that's it. See here. Skimming pricing strategy. High price during the early period because initially the demand is inelastic. Inelastic means what? Irrespective of the price, people will buy during the early periods. Price insensitive buyers, we call them as cream of the market. Kya re? High initial advertising. In the later years, price will be gradually reduced. Because your intention is to attract the price sensitive segment, which is nothing but mass market, to increase your sales during the later time. I explained you all. This method is preferred when the demand of the product is not known. You don't have any idea how many units you are going to sell. It's better you go for skimming so that you'll get what? Higher price initially. Skimming pricing strategy is preferred in cases where there is high R&D, where there is high initial capital, because you want to recover it faster. All right. Next. What about penetration pricing strategy? Low price for penetrating mass markets early. Exactly opposite to skimming pricing strategy. First of all, because of this strategy, because your selling price is very less, you may not earn any profit whatsoever during the introduction and growth phase also, to be very honest. Only at the end of the growth phase, they'll start earning profits in penetration. In skimming, during the growth phase, in fact, at the end of the intro phase itself, they'll start earning what? Very good profits. Also, you'll go for penetration pricing strategy if you want to popularize a new product. Jio is the example, obviously. Jio, Tata, Docomo is also example. You know Docomo? It created a revolution. You only are aware of Jio revolution. Docomo has created another revolution at that particular point of time, when everybody was charging 1 rupee 50 paise, 2 rupees per minute. And there used to be minute based payments. Docomo came and he said one paise per second. Kallas. Especially for lovers at that time, Docomo was... You only say. What's the time in your watch? 10:45. In my watch, it is 10:50. That's what. What did you eat? I ate red chutney with idli. Oh, I ate green chutney. How romantic. This is what we used. For those people under at that time, Docomo used to be the savior. Also for mystical people also. Prior to Docomo, there used to be so many mystical people. You know that? They'll give mystical, they'll cut. They'll never call. There used to be a segment of audience like that. Now that we don't do all these things, now also if somebody is giving mystical means he should be kept in a, museum only. At that time, lot of people used to be there, mystical people. Docomo has saved their lives. They'll call, within 1 second, they'll cut. One paise only now. Docomo used... It was a big revolution at that time. Docomo, like that. Even the ad used to be very special. Alright. So in later period, the price will be increased. Docomo did that only. You know that? Initially, it came with aggressive pricing. After, I think, 1 year... sorry, Nana. At that time, I think the competitors were around 1.5 rupees per minute. Then they got down to 1.2 paise per second, which means somewhere around, it works around 72 paise per minute. Docomo started at 1 paise per second. It has got increased to 1.2 paise per second. So at one particular point of time, everybody was on the same level. Jio is also happening same, Nana. In penetration pricing, always it happens like this. The competitor starts from here. The new guy will start from here. The existing guy will be here. He will come down. This guy will come up, and finally they'll meet at some point. They'll meet and they will continue. The penetration strategy, always it does like that. So it's good for the market actually. What? Yeah. Skimming pricing strategy is not good for the market. It always increases the prices. It just goes up and up. You see the flagship phones. Once upon a time, it used to be what? 30,000? Samsung Galaxy S2, iPhone at that particular point of time. iPhone 5, 6 and all. 30, 40. Then it went to 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1 lakh. Now it's 1.5 lakhs now. It will keep on going. Okay, so that's the problem with skimming. Anyway, in later period, price will be increased once the demand picks up and sufficient market share is accomplished. Mostly in between growth and maturity phase. However, it must be noted that penetration pricing strategy is different from predatory pricing. Predatory pricing means your intention is to kill the market, kill the competition especially. But penetration pricing, no, it's not like that. 3 situations where penetration strategy can be used. Demand for the product is elastic, which means lesser the price, more will be the sales in that kind of a market. Economies of scale is possible. Means if you have mass production, there will be a lot of cost savings. Okay. Bol rahe, in that case, you will select penetration pricing. And when there is a threat of competition also, you will go for penetration pricing because it acts as an entry barrier. Forestalling price. I did like this and it went. Again, I have to bring it back. How to do this? Remove. Thank God. Learning curve. Chalo, I implemented learning curve. Chalo, now, Kare, thanks to you. Right. Are we done with this? It acts as a, this is very important, Anna. In a skimming pricing strategy, what they have to do is that they have to wantonly reduce the selling price. That we call it as entry force selling price. Here, you need not do anything. Automatically, he will not be interested to come inside because anyway, your price is very less. Kare? All right. Okay. That's it. We are done with this chapter. This last thing, you can do it yourself. Okay. Security analysis and pricing nations, not that important. But this one problem will do. Okay. Take this. This problem will do. Case scenario. Take your questions material, Anna. We'll do that case scenario. Netcom Limited. Take your workbook. Not amendments. Carry. Just a second.